Hey there, it's Nazreen from the Golden Nuggets podcast. If you guys are a business owner, consultant, coaches, experts, or self-employed professionals looking to grow your reach, I would like to introduce to you the Podium. It is our flagship podcast where we feature professionals just like you to share your story, to promote your business, and connect with a broader audience in the podcast space. So far, we have successfully completed 10 episodes featuring incredible guests, and the feedback has been awesome. And for a limited time offer, previously we charged for $250. We raised it slightly higher. Right now it's at $300 per episode. It is a 70% discount from our original price. This includes not only being featured in the podcast, but also gaining content to promote your business and credibility that comes with it. If you've been considering to be part of a podcast, now is your chance. Don't miss out this opportunity to amplify your message, reach to new audience, and stand out within your industry. I look forward to see you in the Podium, and let's share your story. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. My name is Nazreen. I have Hanafi on my left.
Hi.
And Ami,
Yo, what's up guys?
the main host of today's show. So Hanafi, today let's learn a bit of remote working.
Oh, okay.
Because our special
Sure.
guest today involved remote working and virtual assistant.
Yes, and that's something like I'm very interested in to find out more.
Have you ever
I ever?
engaged a VA before?
No, not specifically me, but I used to work at an agency that has a VA
Right.
helping us do stuff.
Right. Okay, cool.
It's something that you don't know, right?
I don't know. To be honest, my furthest experience is only hire people in Upwork. So I don't think they are really a VA. I don't know. Let's discuss more. So today, guys, we have someone who is a CEO of Virtual Assistants Asia,
Yeah.
a top voice in LinkedIn.
Wow.
And we would like to welcome Pravena.
Ravina, hi.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Alright, hi Pravena. How are you?
Good.
So for our listeners who don't know, Pravena is actually Malaysian, right?
Yeah.
Where exactly from Malaysia are you from?
Darling Jaya.
Petaling Jaya, PJ. Okay.
Okay, so I'm not too sure lah about Malaysia sangat lah kan. So I cannot ask further questions lah about that. But share with our listeners, who is Pravena?
Pravena is just a brown girl, next to a brown girl that's trying to strive in this busy world
Okay.
and trying to look busy as well.
Okay.
Look busy.
Look
only,
busy.
Of course, there's a lot in the plate as well.
Right.
Okay. And just now Nazreen mentioned you are the CEO of Virtual Assistants Asia. Share with us more about Virtual Assistants Asia.
It's my baby, been 3 years with me already.
Okay.
Before
Yes,
founding
wow.
it, I was one of the virtual assistants that was working with JobStreet
Okay.
and
Wow.
Cradle and many other reputable companies.
Okay.
Mainly based on Australia, UK and US.
So- So when Nazreen mentioned about Upwork, so those are also virtual assistants?
Remote workers, virtual assistants as well, but it's specific to the things that we're actually looking at, because some of them are also marketeers there, some of them are ad hoc stuck people like content writers, this and that. But end of the day, you can call them virtual assistant, but some of them is prefer to be as a freelancers. If you heard about the word freelancers,
Right.
Yeah.
so they might have a 9 to 5 and they do have this as another one, and some people like entirely might be a freelancer in a different scope of it. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you were mentioning something about just now about virtual agent.
Yeah, virtual assistant Asia been 3 years right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, the name virtual assistant Asia is ideally because I have never seen any company that is actually executing this much in a leveraging basis. Because if you go to my website, I think I'm almost having 13 to 14 scope of work there. So it is not just social media management when it comes to content writing or something, but also beyond that. I only can talk from my country, which is Malaysia. Basis wise, people know advertising agencies more
yeah.
of how things works and everything. But when you bring this kind of scope, meaning to say I actually can be your virtual assistant travel agent. Meaning
Okay.
to say you are traveling, but your calendar is full. You guys are having a lot of events. You need someone to monitor that instead of them sitting with you in this desk here. Because I bet most of us have a 9 to 5 jobs as well. You don't need to have another person 9 to 5 sitting with you.
Yeah.
And that's where we comes in.
Okay.
So that's one kind of job that we do. And some companies hire us as a strategic partners. Meaning to say you will have a social media team, but you need someone to navigating the contents from them and see whether because if the company started to do that, there's a title, they're calling it as a micromanagement,
Yeah.
which many
Agree.
people think is a toxic cultures. And we step in, we actually train them or mentoring them or coaching them in a way to strategize the content for the companies
Okay.
or any ways. So,
Okay.
so all this is actually virtual assistant, meaning to say we are just being a collaborator with you to get the task done. We can be individual basis, we also can be a group basis. Meaning to say you just need a one, let's say you are telling me, Pravena, I need a VA to handle maybe some of our upcoming podcasts and everything, people to do maybe content wise or anything, right? So that's the only one person needed for you to handle the entire thing. So maybe I will call it as a virtual administrative. So she's just a virtual assistant, administrative task for you. That's it. But in future, you might need, Praveen, I need a social media team to prepare thumbnails, to prepare content strategizing, to scripting, transcribing, or maybe subtitles in YouTube.
Yes.
You don't want to go to auto caption. You need somebody to really listen to it and put it.
Exactly.
So you need someone to really
need
do
that.
that.
You're speaking to him exactly. So he's like,
Auto caption, then everybody carry dialect. I told you, if I let's say I speak Pasam you are you okay? Then you say, hey, but auto caption cannot. lah.
Yes, correct.
yeah.
But if you want to be very organic or more authentic, that is needed.
Yes.
Anybody
Yes.
that looking at it, because even it's a foreigner, they are trying to, whoever lives in Malaysia for more than 5-10 years, they started to carry our dialects together, really jargons together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only in Malaysia, even in Singapore, you might have people with that jargon, selective words, selective thing. So auto caption is not going to support you in any ways in that way. So you need someone to do that, and you can't hire someone full time for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why we stepping in there. We say, okay, we do that.
Okay.
So it might be group basis server because it's the amount of tasks that you're going to give
Yep.
to me. Sometimes you only need one person.
Right.
So it's virtual assistants in a plural way or singular way. It depends on my clients.
Okay. So it's not necessarily like me going to you and say, Pravena, I just need this one person to help me do this. It's me telling you, okay, Pravena, this is my problem. How do you solve it with your team?
Most of the time, yeah, we come as a solution provider
Provider.
there. And another way, I'm actually virtual assistant in a, how to say, in a very vast way, we call it as a corporate solution people. So that's the introduction. We literally give you a solution for your corporate businesses. Like these businesses, you're telling, Pravena, this is what we're going to. Do you see any loops there?
Okay.
For you, you may only see someone to arrange that. But we, when coming into scenario, will say, hey, you lacking here something. Hey, your thumbnail here is, maybe you need somebody to emphasize it. Because not all of us in the graphic designing skill sets there.
Yeah.
Although
Right.
Canva is the end of the day, gradients, color codings, thumbnails, and a lot of other stuff you have to do it.
Yeah.
So then I will say you lack on this. You need a professionals to be there. Then probably, like I said, for the subtitles. So we will step in. We will see the objective of this particular thing, and we'll give you a streamline there. And from there, of course, decision makers is the end of the day. My clients, they will tell us, okay, maybe we focus on these top 3 first.
Okay.
Nice.
But of course, we'll give you a streamline of 6 months. And yeah, virtual assistant, if you ask me what is the terms or something in that concept, usually we work 6 months to show you
Contract
the
lah.
contract basis, to show you the changes or what is the thing happening or gradients of it or anything. Some tasks you don't need that. It's just one time. Let's say you come in, Pravena, I need 100 entrepreneurs from Malaysia based on KL. Basically, you're looking for research.
Yep.
So
Researcher.
for that, it's not a continuous 6 months. So it's just a one-time project. You
Oh,
come
so
to
you,
me.
you do have like an ad hoc service as well.
Okay.
That's what entirely we have market researchers and data analysis. So we will do that. So you're coming to me, Pravena, I want top 50 startup company based on fintech. And I want the location to be Johor and Malacca. Of course, as a foreigner, you may not know what is actually
Correct, yes.
geographically working in my company, my country.
Yep.
But we will know better. But that doesn't mean we only work for Malaysia. We also work for other things. But we'll give you a solid links, people name, contacts, and details for you to verify what you have assigned to us.
Okay.
It's not blindly. I can say, okay, this is the person, you go and check. Of course, there's a work in that way.
Yep.
A bit extra ad hoc will be, maybe I'll reach out to them behalf of you and tell, hey, this is what going, this is the podcast person, this is their profile. Are you interested?
Wow, that's
For
an
them
outreach.
to further
Yeah.
reach
Whole
out. Because
outreach.
so in
Outreach
that way, you
specialist.
don't have to go and bug them and waiting for 3-4 hours or
Yeah.
reply or even days or even get pala or ignored. So we will be getting it done. And coming to the 50 leads, we say 30 leads is on. The hot lead, 20 is go. Maybe out of 20, some said wait, some said they maybe ignored you, ghosted you. So we'll put the preferences status there.
Okay.
Wow. So if I were to actually put it in words, you are actually bridging a gap in companies'
Anywhere.
in efficiency.
except the technical parts. Some technical, of course, we can't touch on the technical parts. But some, of course, because my team is also somebody who's in different forte. I have an auditor who's 15 years experience. So some companies will come who, especially opening a startup in Malaysia, any company bookkeepings, because accounts is end of the day, everything is e-invoicing and everything. So we will do it as that one. So when people comes, you actually get to see the VA. You don't only get to see me. Of course, the first will go to me or my manager. After that, we will have a team. Okay, we have decided this is the VA. We'll give you the profiling and everything. If you're happy, we will see, and she will carry forward with you.
I see. So you act as the initial, what do you call it? Point of contact before they connect.
Of course, you don't get to deal with them directly in a way. It will be always from us, and now easy conversation will be WhatsApp group. So always one of my manager or myself will be as a median person to see.
Okay.
That's to avoid the communication from your side and them side as well. So in that way, we are micromanaging everything in a very positive manner. I shouldn't use the word micromanaging just like that, but
Because you see, like usually most companies have problem and headaches with management.
Yes.
And if let's say they were to go to virtual assistant in Asia, then whatever management is done by them. But we just need to deal with VAA.
But VAA also come up with two things. I'm also a training provider. I'm also a trainer, corporate trainer. So some companies come, they will say, Pravena, I have enough of manpower. But just that I feel like this is not enough. Okay, let's speak about digitalizations. Like brandings. You found me as a branding as a person who is doing branding and everything. So a lot of companies, they will have social media managers. They will, but just that what they know is marketing. They don't know how to profile themselves. When end of the day profiling I'm going to talk about my favorite platform, which is LinkedIn. Everybody thinks that's a platform as a job board. That's the
previously
norm. Even now, if you ask me, some of the age group, they still have that mindset. They say, I'm going there to find a job. Only people like us that is want to look odd, or you can call yourself black sheep, because you will never fit into that particular thing, categories, right? So we will be there and go exploring ourselves. And you like it or not, you must make it there. You have your own name, your own brand. People know you for who you are there. These people wouldn't understand that, because they are only stepping there to find a job. I even can call it as even my own cousin who is younger than me or older than me a couple of years. The same thing. When I asked them, I had the some said they don't know. Some said I had it when I looking for jobs. Some companies, when they come to me, it's not about only personal branding. There's also another thing called as a corporate branding.
Correct.
Okay, now you guys are individually is a personal branding. I know you as a personal brand, but this is your corporate brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
This works as something that you have to bring employee advocacies.
Correct.
All of your employees, are you guys are sharing equally about this thing, podcast that coming in, previews in your platform, or only one person doing it? So same goes to other companies. Sometimes they will think only manager have to do it. We staff don't have to do it. Things doesn't work like that. If you can't scold them also, because they are not familiar with that. And their profile is not optimized. This is a profile optimizations. And most of them, they don't know how to optimize their profile according to the career as well. That's why the keyword is missing. When you say you can find me in certain platform, is the way how I play with my keywords. So it's industry basis. My industry is more to manpower plus virtual assistant, digitalization, branding. So I have a couple of keywords, about 4 to 5. Same thing. You have to play around with the keyword in specific social media. That's where your profile will be registered there. Accordingly for your corporate brand as well. So if this is your corporate brand, the Golden Nugget podcast, it has to be repetitively used in different scope. Different way. And that's why the registering, it will come there. In personal branding wise also same. Is meaning to say when I search your name, even your company name will come. When I search your company name, your name will come. So it's a win-win. You have to win in a personal branding and corporate branding. So this is where some companies, they might not need my virtual assistants. They might need my trainings. So they come to me, Pravena, okay, I think I have enough team for this, but I want you to train them, coach them, mentor them. So it depends on that.
Nowadays, there's this concept of corporate creators. What do you think of that? Do you think it's going to be something that people will eventually catch on?
As much as the evolution going to come, things going to be coming up with it. I would say it's the end of the day, it's the same name with the different vocals coming out. That's it. If you narrow down the corporate creators, it's the end of the day is creating something relatable to the solution basis or content basis. If I'm creating something solution basis, I'm a trainer. If I'm creating something content basis, I'm also a digitalization like you, like I'm an artist, or you can call me anything in the way that. So if you ask me, is it going to evolve? It definitely going to evolve. But of course, integration of digitalization is matter and depends on the social media you choose. Like even the hot cake now going on is TikTok has been.
Yes.
I don't know whether I can say the word or not because some of the places they have banned. So it's been shutting down in US. So everybody is trying to do their closure videos and getting all this.
Yeah, this is my last
Being a
video.
monetizing people, you know what it is. I know how the PR works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ask me how long that kind of media will last, I'm not sure about it. There's a lot of platform we can discover and actually. So I'm always a very loyal friend to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
That's the only platform that I'm active on so much. So if you ask me, that's a platform you have to flex on your corporate and personal branding when it comes to these corporate creators as well. Because you only can find corporate people there. If you go to Instagram, you can't find my name as a Pravena K. I'll using my pet name or nickname or anything.
Yeah. Which
So-
ChatGPT actually gave me.
Actually,
the handle.
So, yeah, that's a killer actually, but it's a good killer, yeah. So this is how things works actually. So you can't find 100% the company owners or decision makers, even people who looking for jobs. They can't find decision makers in other platforms.
Yeah.
Purely they are. But LinkedIn is the key for them to actually find the right person, right people. Even scholarship. Many people doesn't know you actually can get scholarship from LinkedIn because there are a lot of NGOs and people
Yes.
there
Yep.
voluntarily giving it. Because of course people don't shout out.
Ah.
You have to know where your loop is, where to find it, and how. It sometimes you get offers. People will knock to your door and giving it.
That's a gap. That's a gap that we can actually address.
I mean I'm from a place where PJ is known for it's a city centre basically, you know, Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. So people will be I'm a Selangor, anak Selangor. There's a yayasan for that. My foundation was sponsored by my own yayasan Selangor and
Wow.
everything, you know. But now it's a bit fast. Other people, even though you have never seen them, they are not Malaysian, they might be in another country. They're willing to sponsor people. There are a lot of angel investors, people around the world. But my question is where you can find a person and how you can't simply bring your straight A's and tell I'm doing this, can you give me? No.
Correct, yeah.
They invest on you, they will see how capable you are. One day, are you going to make money back to me or not? Or are you going to bring this to another? Because there's a phase of life, earn, learn and return. So these people are in the phase of life of returning things to you. And they will say, I'm returning to you. You're going to get it from me to learn. But are you going to earn back and return back?
Return
or not?
back.
If you're not, they see you as a prospect as not returning,
Yeah.
then you're not getting it.
Wow, learn, earn and return.
Yeah, I wrote about it in my LinkedIn post. So
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Clearly,
So-
Amir didn't read your LinkedIn
Of
post.
course.
But the problem is your LinkedIn post optimized?
I guess.
Is your profile optimized?
I must ask Pravena.
That's probably
We'll do the auditing later.
Okay, a bit about your background. When you were growing up, like what did you study previously for you to eventually have these kind of skills and perhaps have this entrepreneurial mindset that you have right now? Like
Initially, I wanted to be a doctor.
okay,
And my SPM, if you know in Malaysia, Form 4, Form 5, like SPM,
Yeah.
you have to choose your streams.
yes,
I choose science stream.
Okay.
So I was nailing in my chemistry, biology, physics, no, but at maths, everything was so good. But sometimes there will be a turning point in everybody's life.
Yeah.
Mine also, like I'm a single mother child. My mom
Okay.
came to Singapore work when I was 11 or 12. So I'm 100% grandparented kid.
Okay.
I'm proud to say that actually. My maternal grandparents, they brought me up. My grandpa is an offshore engineer. My grandma is she also an entrepreneur. I would say she was working in a company, then florist. She started her own business from Thailand, importing everything. So I think I have exposed to business thing in my family
I see.
since I'm growing. And I have seen independence and also guts to do things since growing when I see my mom is going all the way here. By leaving me and 3 younger brothers. I have 3 younger brothers, by the way.
Oh,
And I was 100% taken care by my grandparents. And my education, everything was handled by my mom's sister.
Okay.
So she was everything. So that's how my background. Like I said, when you ask me what's the intro, who you are, I say I'm your next door Indian girl. That's it. That's all brown girl. So that's how everything started. Then at one point when you finish your SPM, everything was so good. I got even to do my asasi or you can call it as a matriculations
Okay.
to do in medicine. But due to family dramas and everything happened, I was pushed to do teaching. TESOL, teaching English as a second language.
Oh, okay,
And I was in University Selangor.
okay.
In Selangor State as well. And I think barely 1 semester degree I was in the hostel. After that I told my mom I cannot. I said this is boring life and it's just 1 hour away from my house. I said no way I'm sitting in the it's a bit jungle area. So I said no way I'm doing this and everything. My mom said okay if you want then I said I want to get a car. of course, you allow me to do, can you pay the money? So then
Yeah.
my first car, I bought it on 19 by doing tuitions.
Ah,
So I finished my
interesting.
class 6 o'clock. I go to home tuitions. I was enjoying it. I was teaching Bahasa Melayu, mathematics, all my favorite subjects. I taught people, and I would proudly say even that this 9 years ago, it means 10 years ago. I'm telling about 19. So that's where I started. My thing is always there in exploration. I always find what is there. And if you tell me, Pravena, you only can earn 2,000, I'll say no, I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Because I started to see my about 4,000-5,000 at the age of 19 itself by doing home tuition. So it was good money.
True.
Wherever is you should do it. University time, that's the only pocket money you can rely on.
Yes.
You 200 or 300, right?
Yeah.
So I was earning about 5K. Finish it. 2019 graduation. December graduated. Looking for a job. 2020 COVID comes already.
Oh.
So no way tuition, no way nothing. But I was thankfully working with Job Street, like I mentioned, to virtual assistants.
Yeah.
Then things for me, I don't think so. I was affected by COVID because of this remote job thing.
Yes.
I was exposed to virtual assistant earlier a bit. That too because of my mom. The exposure is different compared to here, Singapore to Malaysia. Not degrading, but of course we have to admit certain things that
Correct.
things been different.
Yeah.
So I learned from her, and then she taught me, hey, you try this, remote jobs and everything. That's where I actually found out that every work that we're doing online basis has a title for it. So if you're an admin staff, it's actually virtual assistant administrative.
Okay.
If you're doing traveling, is that if it's social media, virtual assistant social media. So I found it out, and I found which country is actually offering this. It's very, very, very well known in UK and US. Virtual assistant has already been a decade. Only we are not exposed, or
Yes,
probably
correct.
Yeah.
Asia side
Yes.
was very, very less. That's one of the reasons my company name is Virtual Assistants Asia, because I want to tell that this continent too have a virtual assistant, which we are there as well.
That's a very good way
So
to
that's how
position
I
yourself.
transform myself as an entrepreneur. If you ask me, acceptance wise, of course nobody trusts at first, you know, because my house or basic household, everybody is into government job,
Correct.
teaching jobs,
Yeah.
doctors, engineers. That's a classic. My brothers, 3 of them are engineers.
Oh, all three of them.
My cousin sisters, 2 of them are doctors.
Okay.
3 of them are doctors.
Okay.
Government job is something, is a kick in my family. There's a heritagely about everybody will be in a government job. Somehow they'll be
Yeah.
teachers,
Okay.
nursing, this and that. So when I beat through that, how to say, the respect wasn't there at first. Any entrepreneur, you will never have respect
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
start,
yeah.
because they will say no EPF, no SOCSO, but this is taxation in my country. So they say, oh, but what about your long term? You don't have any backup. You don't have anything. You're not doing this.
Yeah.
Are you sure you can do this and thrive and
You're not fitting
make a
into the
living?
mold. You're not in the.
Yeah.
If there's a black sheep, you have to be that white sheep among them. You know, you
Yes.
cannot come out from there. You have to be with the clan. So
Yeah.
when I say I don't want this clan, of course things doesn't.
Of course.
Second thing, as a virtual assistant, when you work with US and UK, your time zones is totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
When my grandparents are sleeping, I'm working. When they awake, I'll head to bed. Eventually, first 3 to 4 months, my grandpa is very sportive. He understands that.
Yeah.
My grandma was a bit typical or orthodox, and I said, "What is this? This is not the right job."
Yeah.
And and for some reason, people cannot accept when you don't wear a proper formal suit
Yes.
and not heading out before the sun rises and
Yep.
still sitting at home, coming back with not stucking in the jam or something. They can't accept that you're working.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be saying, "What are you doing? You're in your pajamas.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in there, and you for a while lying down, and for a while opening your laptop. You are going out, coming out. So are you really working?"
Yeah.
So that's how this remote things is always. I've been exposed to this 4 or 5 years ago. I'm talking before this COVID
Before
happening.
COVID, yeah.
So when I said, of course I have no answers,
Yeah.
because they've been immune to a system.
Yep.
Bangun 8 o'clock in the morning, come at home when the sun is sunset.
Yes.
7:30, 8 o'clock, like a robotic life. Because
Correct.
they've been doing that as a robotic life as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you don't fit into the clan of that or the generational trauma or whatever you want to call it, they feel like you're not doing something right.
I can totally relate. I don't know about you, but when I was a freelancer, about 17, 18 years, wow, I feel so old. About 18 years ago. And then I'll be at home, not working. I mean, I'm working. I just
You
finished the
working.
websites.
Yeah.
I just need to have like 1 or 2 websites. Sufficient for me because I'm still staying with my parents. And I don't have to
They
work for the
cannot
rest of the...
accept it.
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, you want a proper job? Let Abba find for you. I'll ask some of my colleagues or friends. And
Same
then
thing
they go for me
happen.
like interviews.
Recommendations here and there. They'll say,
yes.
and I got this one.
Yeah.
It's still happening to me as well.
Yeah, I
But
can totally relate.
thick skin is important when it comes to this at this point. I think I learned that a lot. And of course, you lost a lot of relationship along the way because some of your friends will go fast paced.
Yes.
Yep.
But there's a lot of comparisons will happen as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. How different do you think your life will be if, let's say, you really became a doctor?
Yeah, if you follow the mold and then
Yeah.
how different?
Of course, the money will be there, but if you ask me, I can't have the time. Now I have time.
Do you really think the money will be there as compared to what you are earning now?
If doctor,
Yes, yeah.
probably if I'm 40, 50 years long, because
Yeah,
I'm earning it
that's why,
earlier right now.
Yeah.
So the difference is very much this. But again, if you ask me, do I miss that? Of course I miss, because my mom always say, ever since small, my only toy was a doctor toy. So I always immune to that. I always like the thing. But now, I may not be a doctor, but I have helped a lot of doctors. I still get a project from doctors, so I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Association with doctors.
Yeah, I'm giving a
Okay lah.
solution to doctors now, so I'm okay with it.
You are the doctor's doctor.
I would love to call that in a way. Yeah.
Okay, wow, that's interesting. That's an interesting journey.
Yeah.
And throughout COVID period, do you think that is the time where your family members actually understand about remote working and everything?
They actually understand when people were actually losing jobs,
Yeah.
and then some people started to take out their EPR SOXO money, and they see I'm spending money. They say, "Where are you getting money?" Then I ask my grandma, "Didn't you see I've been working for 2-3 years and making money out of this? I thought you're just spending money out of here. Where are you getting money?" I said, "This is how things works." Then there's one fine day I literally make them sit. I said, "This is how the system works. This is how things goes and everything." Eventually, after a couple of weeks later, when people started to ask about me, I don't have to open the mouth. They do the talk for me. Oh, she actually do this. So then that's where I understand, okay, my family did understand what I'm doing.
That is so similar
because
to my
usually
story.
you have to explain a lot.
Yes.
And but after that ice breaking session, which because eventually everybody was at home, like it or not, you have to look at the face each
Yes.
other.
Yeah.
You have to see what, because you imagine everybody sleeping and waking up. I'm the only person who's actually tapping something and doing. And they be thinking, what you doing? Why you typing so much? Why you doing this? And having a call, virtual calls and everything. Because I'm still making money at the time. And things were so good and everything. So, and that's where they understand the thing. And I'm happy they understand. And I don't have to explain so much when relatives or somebody come and ask. They do the talk. So I'm like, okay.
Are your family members, because now things are different and people start to understand about remote working, about hybrid working, government jobs, they cannot do that. Right now, does your family members start to think like, hey, I should actually follow Pravena's path?
Some of them, yes. Because some of them, okay, I think this thing is very familiar. Judgmenting mindset is always there. Like even, I'm just going to give you an example. A week ago, I had a party, like a birthday bash between our cousins and everything. And this one person come and ask me, introducing ourselves, far related, and I chow already. Then I got to know from my cousin, this is what I've been told. Oh, you've been flexing that you have a business. Business can go up and down, but I have a steady job. So the mindset here is they're thinking 9 to 5 is a steady job. And when you do, business is this. So when I was explaining to my cousin, I said, I don't have to go justify. But one thing, at least when you do a virtual assistant or any job, business owners, right? You can make that 1 year money sometimes in one check.
Yeah.
But the same 9 to 5 people, you still have to work 365 days for the 9 to 5 jobs to get something, and you might lose the job. So eventually I understand along the way, what I understand is this one nice story. Somebody commented on my LinkedIn when I share about this very wise man. He said that there was a dad, son and camel. They were heading to a journey of it. So the first ride of them, when they're passing by the village, the son was sitting on top of the camel and rode it. So people say, such a disrespectful son, because the dad is walking. Second time, the father hopped on it and the son was walking. And they said, such a selfish, making the son is walking. Third time, both of them walked. And then with the camel, basically, they say, how stupid are you? You're not even using the camel. Fourth time, both of them hop on the camel and they go together with the ride. They say, this is cruel. You're torturing the animal. So end of the day, you do anything, people are going to come and say something. I learned this from them. I said, so you do good to your family members, your friends might not be happy. You do something to another person, they might not be happy. The understanding is not there at all. So then I realized that when it comes to this remote working and digitalization, also same. When I pitch to clients, anything, if they're habitual with people coming to office, they're habitual with the traditional work, it will take longer time for you to do this. Even in my company, even though my name of company is Virtual Assistant Asia, 80% of my client is still abroad. Only 20% is here. That too because of trainings that I'm having clients here. And from the trainings, when they meet me further down, when we do the networking session, that's where they there's something called as a virtual assistant. Sometimes they still think virtual assistant is just a advertising agencies or a social media agency. That's it. They still can't brainstorm. It can done anything. So if you ask me, the vast about or understanding about people here is like, I mean, I don't like to say this, but my mom used to say that Malaysia will take 10 years to understand whatever is happening in another side of the world.
Okay.
I didn't agree to that. But now,
You see it, right?
the
It's
ugly
not
truth-
only Malaysia, even Singapore.
Singapore also.
Yeah.
we are not degrading on,
Yeah.
but there's a fact you have to
Yes.
understand. So by the time when AI or something is already exposed to there and things is coming here, people is now only ChatGPT, but you believe on that hundreds of other tools.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Even podcasting.
You can generate your trainings and contents and slides and everything in an AI thing.
In a few prompts.
And I can just send to you. And
Yes.
people prompting, thank God you're saying that. Most of the LinkedIn contents or any social media captions, Instagram captions, the TikTok captions, you can see the rocket flying there, balloons is here, sparkles is here. It's 100% ChatGPT.
Emoji.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emojis. And English, certain words, it's not humanized word. It's basically some terms that we see in a dictionaries that you will use million years once only the word. And you'll be there. You'll be wondering what word is it.
Yeah.
And you'll be wondering, because humanized touch is not there.
Yeah.
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 And hashtag. If you're talking about podcast is a public speaking thing. You'll
Yes.
see the hashtag. To relate it, he will take the hashtag from the same content and put it speaking or something.
Yes.
That moment when people like us linguists or people who is into content, we know this is not a humanized way of doing it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, is the expansion is here? Very minute. By the time we will have the expansion, the other side of the globe is having it, we'll be too late already.
Yeah.
We'll be too late.
But before we end the first part, understanding this concept that we are always lagging behind UK, US, the Western countries by 5 to 10 years, do you think that it's easier for us to decide that we are going to be a first mover in our country?
How are you going to be first mover? Because by the time they move to another stage,
Yeah,
you're still
yeah.
adapting to it.
Yes.
And by the time you adapt and make a decision, another solution is coming another side.
Yeah.
And we always get fantasized when somebody is doing another thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like a TikTok trend. It's like an Instagram trend. The moment you see that, hey, they're doing it, I also want to do it.
Yeah.
You tell me podcast is new to Malaysia or what?
No lah.
No.
No.
I mean, it's
Malaysia and us is new. There's
Recent.
from
Malaysia
recently.
is very
But
recent.
This thing as a podcasters, it's been in the industry for a long
yes,
time.
at least
Yeah.
about
It's a very, very
12
long
to
time.
15 years.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost going to be 2 decades.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
we now only hopping onto it.
Yeah.
That's true.
You tell me now. By the
Yeah.
time you're generalizing something that is going to be advanced, they already used it and give it back. It's basically, they're just passing by something they have done. It's like we should have a heritage thing among ourselves, but what we are having is heritagely used thing from another country to us. US, you use already, 10 years later, okay, give it to us. Now we're going to use it here. That's what we've been doing it.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I mean, if you ask me, are we going to be the first one to big mover? My honest opinion is never. We will never be first one if everybody is working together to understand that. Even a simple thing, I will go back to LinkedIn again, because if you ask me, the subscribers there is 900 millions only. But Instagram is 2 billion. So the total population we have is 8 billion right now.
yeah.
Minus the babies and old people. At least half to half, 4 billion
Yes.
should be in LinkedIn as a corporate people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, how am I going to know you?
Yep.
You're telling me there's only 4 billion people, at least 1 billion will have a business people there.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that? So this adaptation is not there at all.
Yes.
And to be said, in Asia West, India is the only country is very, very, very active in LinkedIn. If you realize, India,
Oh, yes, of
Indians
course.
from India,
Yeah.
very, very active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely. As much as we know that they are good in IT, they're also very pro into it.
Yep.
So one of the Asian countries that is top users of LinkedIn is India people. So even among us, we have the diversities that adaptations is low within the continent I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Right.
What about other continents? What about the miles away?
Yeah. Wow. I think it's a good segue also to our second part, because on the second part we want to ask Pravena more about LinkedIn.
Okay. Yeah, and I think like Pravena actually mentioned about how we are always chasing for that expansion. Right? I think this is the right segue to expand into part 2. See you guys in the next part. Bye-bye.
See you.